Hello, Captain Sims, Flight Simulator pilots. Well, the reason I made this video is because of I just love the legendary 727 from Captain Sims, and I wanted to transfer it over to my uh, f- Windows 10 computer, which is have perfect graphic card and RAM. It runs out of the unbelievable speeds. So I wanted to run 2000 Flight Simulator 2004 on my Windows 10 computer, and I also wanted to utilize my legendary 727 in my Flight Simulator 2004 under my Windows 10 system. So what I did was I went to Captain Sim's website, or you may have to go to wherever website you purchased the legendary 727, or get the executable file off of one of your previous computers or a flash drive, wherever you store that file at. And you want to execute that file in Windows 10. And when you execute that file in Windows 10, it's going to put the 727 legendary 727 on Flight Simulator 2004. And it also going to give you an icon for the TCE editor. And this is what we're focusing on this video, is trying to get this TCE editor to work. So when I right click it, I open up this window here. I went to properties and I open up the properties, and it brought me here. And you notice it says Windows 8. Run this program for Windows 8. Now, I was going to show you the long way. I'm going to show you another way to search for compatibility if you do not know it. But since I do know this, and if you're familiar with what program works best for Captain Sims TCE, just go ahead and just click that program, and just run over to and just run the program, and then I'll show you how to put the variant folder in there, because some of the files may not copy on Windows 10s in the variant folder. But in this case, if you happen to know, in my case, I know it runs good underneath Windows XP Service Pack 3, or if you ran it in your previous systems under Windows 7, it may not run. If you use Windows Vista, it may run and may not. But since I know it does run good on the Windows Service Pack 3 and the XP, you can just go ahead and click that. But if you're not for sure, what you could do is, I'm going to go back to Windows 8, and you can run for compatibility troubleshooting. And what this does is it'll install and make that program work. So the way we can do this is try recommended settings. Select this option to test run program using recommended compatibility settings. So I'm just going to click this here, and then I'm just going to test the program, and we're going to see if it opens up. So now you notice the texture and configuration editor, it opened up. Let's see if I can drag it to the middle of my screen. There we go. Okay. So we now know it does work. However, if we go back, I'm going to slide this down here for a moment. I'm going to go to next here, and I'm going to say, yes, save these changes. And it says incompatible program. It has been fixed. So now I know it will run in Windows 10. When I did my first test, when I was this option, I was trying to figure out how to run this TCE program. It automatically chose Windows Service Pack 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put Windows Service Pack 3, and I'm going to hit apply. And it should run from now on underneath that setting there. So I'm just going to bring this back up here. Now, after you get up, open and running, if you click select variation, it should give you an error message. I'm just going to wait here. Nope, and it probably didn't. But you may come across this error message that says cannot find variation description file. So what that means is some of the files did not get copied or executed when loading into your Windows 10 system. So what I did, I went over to my Windows 7 computer, and I copied the TCE files from my Windows system. 7, and here's my Windows System 7 file here. So to find your um, Flight Simulator 2004 Captain Sim file from your previous device, or if you did a save on a unit, or like a USB stick or CD-ROM if you still use those. Um, so I went here. This was on my Windows 7 computer. You're going to your Windows 7, wherever your directory is for Flight Simulator 2004. It might be in the Microsoft Games, Flight Simulator 2004, or FS9. And you just copy the whole folder on a flash drive. And then you put it on your flash drive, and then you take it over to your Windows 10 computer that's utilizing Flight Simulator 2004. And let's see here. So when I copied, I'm just going to copy the 727 folder. And when you copy the 727 folder, you're going to just have the manuals, never modify, TCE, and the variants. And that's what we're looking for, is a variant. And what we're going to do with the variant from your save files from your previous 727 Legendary, if you click in that folder, you're going to notice 0.0 and these other files here, basically BMT files, or BMP files, I'm sorry, BMP files that the variant utilizes. And we're going to copy those into your Windows 10 Flight Simulator 2004 folder. So I'm just going to see if I can get this to work here. And we're going to just copy those. And I'm going to paste them over here. And there we go with the transfer. Okay, so I'm going to close out my USB save files. And now I'm going to go, this is my Captain Sim file directory on my Windows 10 computer underneath Flight Simulator 2004. So if I go over here underneath FS9, I'm just going to show you here Captain Sims, there's my FS9 directory. And I click inside here to 727, and then here's the variant. One problem I did realize in the past is you may have to create a new shortcut. You just go right here, click right, create shortcut, and drag that shortcut over to your desktop. If you have problems trying to get the one that you install with the program, if that doesn't work. So I'm close this out and see what happens now. We're going to start all over, and we're going to see what type of any error message that comes up. And drag it in the center, and now we're going to select variation. And these here should highlight. Now you notice they say select aircraft, select variation. Now the program is working correctly. The texture and configuration editor is working correctly, and let's just test it out real quickly. If I go to the 727 and I click on the aircraft variation of choice, you notice the 727 shows up here in the BMP file, and that gives me a good idea that this program is working correctly. So now I can go, let me go back to a passenger aircraft here, and we'll go to Braniff. And now I can go over here to configuration file, and I can start to load up the aircraft. Let's see, supposed to be, there we go. Fuel is coming down. We're going to load this up with some passengers full. But you get the point, it's working as it was before in your previous Legendary 727 program. And we throw some bags on here, and we can click save, and there we go. And we can turn off the voice and use the panels over here. And so once you click save, once you click save, and it says, are you sure you want to overwrite the old and save new loading file and fuel settings? Okay. And just to test it out, ready to fly. So it's working correctly. And so that's how you get the texture and configuration editor to work. Now, if you're using Flight Simulator FSX, I believe it should work using this technique to get the TCE file to work under Windows 10. And that should be simply it. And if you have any questions, just leave it down in the remarks below. I'll try to get to many of them as possible. And I'm going to show you another shortcut just FYI for your information. Here's another trick or simplicity to aid in your Captain Sim 727 flying. And let's take a look at this. Like say for example, if you just parked your aircraft, you're on a ramp and you want to refuel without closing out the legendary Captain Sim 727 or I guess maybe another Captain Sim's product aircraft. But what I noticed is some programs, the Captain Sim program will crash on you if you try to refuel on the ground or in the air. So the best way to get around that is to go into your slew menu. So I'm gonna go into my slew menu right now, and then I'm gonna go to the fueling. Let's see if it'll allow me to go to my fueling here. Let's see here. Okay, so we're in our fueling, and I got it in the slew mode. So say for example, if I wanted to refuel my aircraft on the ground here, I just go in here and I just put the fuel quantity that I wish. Now, let's say for example, if you just was doing some training flight and you was in midair flying the Captain Sim product or the Captain Sim 727. I only tested this on the Captain Sim's legendary 727. But let's say, for example, if you wanted to get below your maximum landing weight, and you're just doing practicing takeoffs and landings, you want to test the aircraft at a full gross weight, you got a full of fuel. But once you get in the air, you want to get below your landing gross weight. So what you do is go put it in slew mode, and then bring up your fuel settings and just type in this case, I'm going to just type in this example, 3,500 in each tank, 3,500, and then 3,500. And what I notice is the Captain Sim Legendary 727, it will not crash your program, even in midair if you have it in the slew mode. And then I'm going to take it out of slew mode. And there we go. It functions normally. Then that way you can proceed on to your leg number 2, your next flight on the ground without closing out Flight Simulator 2004 and then creating a whole new flight all over again. Just go into your flight planner and download your flight or create a flight plan and just continue as is. So that's just a tidbit shortcut. And if you wonder what airport I'm at, I did a recreate of Detroit Metropolitan Airport during the late 1970s and the early 80s. And this is my reminiscing of the good old days, Detroit Metropolitan Airport, before they built the new terminal. Anyhow, Flight Simulator fans, I thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this was very helpful with the TCE editor that comes with the legendary 727 Captain Sim's product to get that to work under Windows 10. Thank you very much for viewing, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I would appreciate it.